A new celebrity platform with a personal touch. Assemble is a professional mentorship network by and for people of color.
WGN's Micah Mater explores the motivation behind the project and how a group in the western suburbs is helping it take off.
Have you ever wanted to talk to your career idol or send a text to someone you've always looked up to and ask them their secret to success? Well, there's a new platform that allows you to do just that. But as you'll see, its inclusivity is more unique than anything you've seen. Welcome to Assemble.
Assemble sessions are collections of trailblazers organized by various professional categories.
An assembly of black and brown successful professionals you can text, call, or Zoom anytime you want. It's like having your own personal mentor.
I think that this is a solution to finally create a bridge and allow experts such as Sakaya to reach back and have a way to properly deal with everyone that would love to learn from someone like him.
That's the key, someone like them.
As black and brown people, I think that these individuals have been marginalized.
The platform connects diverse experts with aspiring professionals, no matter what your age or background. Its creator is Courtney Woodruff.
I was just a kid with a dream, and I had to really go around the world to find mentorship and to figure out how to do the things that I really aspired to do.
Unlike Cameo, Masterclass, and any other celebrity platforms, for a small fee, Assemble connects you with an expert, as they're called.
The average expert on our platform is quite successful and busy, so if you want, you can book a 15 or 30-minute video call with them, and that's quite pricey. But what we also have is a Cameo-like feature where you can submit a question for a very cheap, reduced fee, and you get back a 60-second video response.
Yo, Kevin, you asked if I'm based in the South, how should I prioritize trying to advance my career?
While Woodruff came up with the idea, he needed to pick someone's brain on how to bring it to fruition. That's when he found Chicago native Sakaya Sandifer in a Los Angeles restaurant having lunch with his former Yeezy partner, Kanye West, now known as Ye.
And this guy just came up and was just like, hey, this is... Then once I saw what the platform was about, I was like, I have to be a part of it.
Sandifer and Woodruff had things in common. Both are from humble beginnings, born in Mississippi, later branching out to other parts of the world. Sandifer grew up on Chicago's South Side.
I saw more of what I didn't want, but I also saw what I wanted. And I just made a conscious decision to step towards the vision of what I wanted to be.
He brings a lot to Assemble as both an advisor and one of its experts. He has had a lucrative career collaborating with hip-hop artists, co-writing a book, and developing a successful clothing line. He believes with Assemble, others too can succeed.
I just want to share with them what the speed traps are. That's all I'm trying. So you can know, like, hey, you can keep speeding by exit 35 if you want to. There's a speed trap there.
Some experts are like, yeah, this is like a nice savings account.
At only 35 years old, Courtney has lived in Europe, started and invested in a few businesses.
Who you learn from matters. And what I learned going around the world by myself so often was like, I never saw people that looked like me. And for me to be able to teach that to individuals and to show them some of the great things I learned from various people from all around the world and how to build businesses is what's truly important for me.
But of course, you can't start a business without the cash. One of its investors is Smooth Brain, an unlikely venture capitalist group in the western suburbs, made up of son-in-law Chris Flange and father-in-law Nick Murchif.
We have fun. Nick's got a great sense of humor, and he deals with me, so.
Flange met Woodruff at a friend's wedding in London when he heard about Assemble, and the idea blew him away.
I love helping other entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, to grow in their business and in their life.
Partner Murchif wasn't so quick to join the party.
When Chris pitched me, I was a little bit reserved, and I'm like, is this just like a dream, or is just something that could really happen?
Murchif came to America from Bulgaria 30 years ago. He knows what it's like to be an outsider in an exclusive society. So after a scheduled 30-minute meeting turned into 2 hours, Smooth Brain knew Woodruff's company needed to be part of its brain trust.
When I came here, and I'm not trying to compare myself to anything, but I didn't have any outlets where I can go and ask questions and, someone to help me. And, as not only a young entrepreneur, but also like a young person, being in a totally different environment, you have so many questions. And, a lot of times you're going, it's like, how someone is doing this and I can't do it.
I think the approach that they're taking to build interest, to get experts in, you've got to have the right people who others want to learn from.
They have a wait list of individuals that are reaching out to them, whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, or Twitter every day. And so this is finally giving, Drake or Lil Wayne's manager a way to finally answer every aspiring young music executive's question.
So where do they see Assemble going?
It's going to be a breakthrough like what Uber did with cars or Airbnb did with houses.
So to be able to take these moments and condense them down to a click of a button, oh, that just gets me excited.
Assemble has just launched. If you're interested in either becoming an expert or interacting with an expert, simply go to the site and apply to sign up. It's assemble.fyi. Micah Mater, WGN News.